Hey guys, what's up? Shin05T5 here, back with another How to Draw video. It's Sunday, so we're back drawing again. This video we are be drawing Rey Mysterio, the wrestler, and this video was requested by Liz Does Vlogs. So thank you very much, Liz, for the request. And yeah, so we're pretty much drawing Rey Mysterio. This is from the cartoon version he was in. I don't know, and they made some like wrestling cartoon. So I just do a picture of him from that. So anyway guys, let's get our pencils ready and let's jump in. Alright guys, so to start out drawing Rey Mysterio here, what we're going to do is draw a nice, decent sized circle. Something like this should work. And once we get that down, we kind of gesture in his body, which is kind of going to be this big oval. And it's going to extend down a little bit here like this. And then we're going to get a big circle here for his shoulders. And here, his arm's basically going to go down here. And he's going to have a hand. And then it's going to kind of be like an oval here for the first part of his arm. And another one right there for his forearm. And then here, his hand's going to be right about here. So his forearm's going to be here. It'll connect in like that. And then here we'll have like a little bit of a waist. And then one of his legs is going to go out here like this, and then down. Then this leg will kind of just curve in like this. And that's pretty much all we need for the gesture. This is good enough for us to get started. So what I'm going to do is zoom in to the head here. And what we're going to do is we're going to draw on the crosshairs here. So it would be something like this. Like that. And now we're going to refine his head shape a little bit. So he has a nice, strong jawline. So it's a straight line on the bottom here. And then it's going to curve up. Kind of in and out like this. And then kind of the same thing on this side. It's going to go out. Kind of curve up just a little bit. And then out. And now we're going to get like a nice big kind of dome shape. That connects in like this, so we got a nice big male head there. And now what we could do is kind of gesture in his eyes. So his eyes actually, since he's wearing like a big like luchador mask, his eyes would be something like this. So I'm going to just gesture in kind of like these two kind of square rectangle type shapes. Here like this. He actually kind of looks like Iron Man or Spider-Man right now. But once we got that down, then we could kind of draw in this little V he has for his mask here. It's going to go up, and then over like this, and then over. And now that we got that down, let's just jump into his eyes. His eyes are a pretty big, important part. So this is a pretty good gesture. What we're going to do is just kind of follow this shape that we have here. Just kind of round it off a little bit on the edges here. So it'd be a shape like this, and then we're going to get another one that's basically the same shape, just going in the other direction. We're just rounding it off a little bit. And now here for the mask, you're basically going to follow this shape that we have here, but what you're going to do is make it a little bit more angular. And go up, over, up, and up like that. And then same thing on this side, where it's just going to go kind of hug this shape, but it's going to be a little bit more angular as it goes down. So you're going to use a little bit more straight lines like that. And now that we got that down, we can kind of draw in his eyes. So it's basically going to be like a circle here and a circle here like that. But what we're going to do is kind of draw in his like eyelash part, which is basically going to just be this curve line that curves over. Kind of goes out and then in like this. And then we're going to give it a little bit of thickness, and you can kind of shade this in as well. Out and then over like that. And then same thing on this side. And it really does touch like the edge of the mask here. Like that. And now for his eyes themselves, we could just darken in this line. This is actually a decent sized circle for this. Darken in this one as well. Kind of erase the overlap, make it a little bit clearer. And now what we're going to do is get a nice circle right here and here for a light reflection, and then another circle kind of next to it, and you could shade this circle in like that. Same thing here, and then shade that circle in. And that's pretty much it for his eyes. Again, not too complicated. Now we could get his mouth. So his mouth is just going to be a straight line going across like this. It's going to curve up and then over like that. And then you can get a little line underneath here for his lip. Now I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And now we could draw the mask details here. Basically, it's like kind of like two wings that go off like the side of his face here. So to draw that in, what we're going to do is start about here and draw a curved line like this. And then it's going to go into a spike near like the chin here. And then it's going to go straight and then curve in like this. And then it's going to curve in, and you get one more spike going out before it curves in like that. And you're going to get the same thing on this side, so it's going to be this curve line going down, straight out, curve it in, spike, and then one more spike. And then you can erase any overlap, like that. And now we could draw the design on his mask here. So basically what I like to do, like kind of right in the middle of his head here, we're going to draw a nice little circle. And off this circle we are going to get basically like a cross, which you could draw simply in by drawing like long rectangles that intersect this circle here, like that. And then at the edge of the cross you're going to get these kind of arrows, like that. So there's one, there's two, 3, and the fourth one. And you can kind of erase overlap here and make it kind of like one solid shape. So I'll show you what that looks like here. So any lines that are like connecting, you just kind of erase them. So you get a shape like that. And then he has two kind of like they almost look like a little bit like embers or flames going off the side here. And they basically kind of hug this side of the mask. They kind of go to a point, go up, and then over like that. Same thing, so we're going to draw a line going up. Kind of follow the curve of the eye that we have here. Go into a spike and then curve down like that. And then he has like one tiny little one right up there. Pretty much the same shape. Like that. And then the last detail here, and I can erase the kind of this line. He has basically like a stripe that goes down the center. So to draw that in, it'll just go down the center here, kind of intersect with the cross here. And then when it gets like his, like the in between his eyes, it kind of just goes to a point and then goes back up. Like that. And that is pretty much it on how to draw his mask there. So we're going to zoom out and we're just going to kind of jump into the body here and kind of follow this outline that we have as best as possible. So basically for his back, he's very like hunched over. So you see like the top of his shoulders. So to draw that in, basically what we're going to do is kind of get like a line. And again, I'm gesturing this in, so be very light with it. So we're basically going to get a line that kind of connects into his shoulders right here like this. But we're going to refine it a lot. So we're going to start about here and draw a line curving in. And when we get to this bend, we're going to kind of dip it in a little bit. Just a tad. Then kind of go over, in, and then we're going to go straight into his shoulder right there like that. So you kind of want this line kind of being straight. And then this line will go straight and then kind of curve into his shoulder right here like that. So again, it's just kind of like this curve line that goes down like that. And then for his other shoulder, it'll be about here. I'll just kind of curve in, kind of finish that off. And now we can kind of go into his arm. So basically we're going to start about here, kind of go out a little bit, kind of curve it in. it'll bump out just a tad here and then go into where the wrist is about there like that. So we got a shape that looks something like this. And now here, kind of the same thing, it's going to go out. This one's going to have a little bit more of an extreme dip as it goes out and then in like this. And now we could draw in his like an elbow pad. So to draw that in, we're going to just get a curve line that curves around like that. Another one that curves around here. And then here we're going to extend it out and then go up and then have it curve in like this. And then this line can kind of just be its own thing. You can erase any overlap. And then here, same concept where we're going to have the line curving in, but we're going to start on the top here. So it's going to go out, over, kind of in like this, and then out, over. And we can kind of erase any overlap here. Like that. Erase this little overlap too. Alright, and before we go into his hand here, we're going to draw in his tattoo. I'm not going to draw in all of his tattoos because he has like writing like on his neck here and like a tattoo like kind of on his like stomach. And but I'll just focus on the ones on the arms because those are the ones that we could see in this angle. So basically what you're going to do is you're going to get kind of like this W. So we're going to get a line going down here, up, down, and then kind of up into the shoulder here. And then it'll kind of have like a curve here like this. And now what we're going to do is basically the shape that we drew right here, we are going to draw it again right here. So I already went over that shape, but you basically just draw the cross here. And then just some triangles on the end of them. Like that. And then we can just slightly erase everything. Again, this is why you draw light when you do the gesture. So that when we go in, we can just have the final lines that we want. Like that. And actually this one doesn't have the circle in the middle, it's just kind of blank. So there's that. And if you wanted to, you could actually kind of like shade this in lightly, like the in-between here. You could do that with all the tattoos. I'm not going to do it for the video just to save time, but if you want to, this could be shaded in. And now we could jump into the hand here. So we're basically going to start with the wrist part of his glove, which is actually very simple. It's just a kind of ellipse that goes around his wrist here, and it goes down and kind of curves in and over, like that. Actually, zoom in a little bit. And now his hand's probably going to get cut off. It got cut off in my original one too. I actually tried to make him higher, but didn't seem to work out. So basically his hand's going to kind of go off here like this. And he's going to have a thumb that kind of goes out here. And then the 4 fingers here like that. Again, it's going to get cut off. I'm sorry, I should have planned it out better. But what are you going to do? We just had to roll with it. So I'm going to start out with the thumb. So the thumb's going to curve out. And then dip down here. And then go out. And then curve around. And then over. And then in. And now what we're going to do is draw in the fingers here. So we'll start with this one. It's basically a line going across. And then just curve it down like this. Same thing on this one. This one will be slightly closer. And then this one, we'll actually kind of draw a line bumping out, going in, and then you draw that shape with the pinky. Like that. And then he also does have a V symbol kind of right on the edge of his glove here. So you could draw that in too. So it's just a V and then like one outside of it. And I'll erase any overlap here. And again, it sucks at his edge of the page. Oh well. And there you go. There's his fingers on that side. And now we're going to draw in his body and then kind of work our way to his hand over here. So his body is actually fairly simple. What I like to start off with is drawing his kind of collarbone, which would just be a curved line right here, and then another one that you kind of see like just about there too. Erase any overlap. And then we're going to draw a line going down for like the center of his chest here. It would be somewhat about that. And then we're going to go straight into his pec. So to draw that in at the end of this line, we're going to draw a line going up. Kind of curve it up, over, and then up like this. And then this one would start about here and just go over and across like that. So you get like his big chest. And then here we're going to draw kind of like a line that kind of goes out, kind of curves in, kind of wraps around, and then goes up like this. That's his stomach. And now we could jump into this arm. And basically what we're going to do is start off with the hand and kind of draw our way backwards. So, there we go. So we'll start off with his hand here. So basically what we're going to do is have an arc here, and then the thumb's kind of going to go out and do its own thing over there. But on this little arc that we have, we're going to draw 4 circles. So we're going to 1, 2, 3, and 4. And basically very similar to the other finger shapes that we did, what we're going to do is draw a line going up, across, and it's going to dip down, go over and in like this, and then this finger to go up, across, down and over like that, and then this one will go across, down and over, and then we'll get the last one here like that. And now here it's going to go straight into the thumb, so we're going to go down, kind of curve out, curve it in like this, curve the thumb in, stop about there, and then we're going to draw like kind of like the palm of his hand, so it'll be a nice bump, and then a line starting a little bit before this line ends, and then just draw a curved line right into the pinky there. So again, nothing too complicated, not too hard. And now here we can draw the wrist part of his glove, which is just kind of like this big curved line that wraps around the hand like that. And then you just actually like a little bit of a kind of like blue cloth sticking out, so we can draw that in right about there. And now for the hand, or the arm into the forearm here, I'm just going to gesture it in. It'd be kind of like a shape like that. And then the rest of the kind of arm will kind of go in and then over like that. So something like that, but now we could refine the shape a little bit and draw in kind of his elbow pad thing that he wears. So we're basically going to start here and just draw a line going up, kind of curves over, and then kind of curve in like this, like that. And then this line will just kind of curve in like so. Then we're going to draw a line about here, kind of extend it out, and then have it curve in like this. And then we're going to start about here, kind of curve it over, up, and then wrap around this line here, and we'll darken in that one. And this line kind of goes up, over, and there's going to be a nice curved line here that goes up and into the cloth here like that. And this line just kind of connects into it. Just like that, and we could erase any overlap. And I'll redraw it in so it's nice and clear. Honestly, I think this arm is the hardest part of the picture. Well, his head's pretty hard, a lot of it, because there's a lot of detail there, but I think this arm's pretty tricky. And if you can get past this one, and this will just be a curved line curving up like that. And now here we could actually draw in some of his tattoos that's on his forearm. Basically just get like a little flame right here like this. So there's like, goes off to a point, kind of curves in like that. And then here it kind of follows this curve that we have here, but goes straight down into the wrist part. And you would see a little bit of a curve right there too. And then we get a curved line that goes here and here. So you get kind of like an L shape almost. Right there, and again you could shade these tattoos in if you want. I'm not doing it just for the sake of time. And here you almost get like a star. So it's basically like this V here, like this, and then it goes in, and then out, and then it curves in, and that's all we see of it from this angle. And I almost forgot there's tattoos on his forearm right here, and they're the exact same thing as here. So we're basically going to get that little little flame like that, and then this one will kind of follow this curve, and we would see a little bit of the edge there like that. Alright, and now we could wrap it up and finish off his legs. So his pants are actually probably the easiest part to draw about him. So this is actually a pretty good gesture that we have here. So basically what we're going to do is draw a straight line going across right here. And then this line's going to kind of curve down and in like this. And now you're going to get two lines going up for his pants. Kind of see the edge of it here, right there. And then we'll start about here and draw a line going out. It's going to curve down and then down again. And then kind of make this kind of bell shape on the bottom there. And then here this line would extend out and then in. And then this line will just go out like that. And now for the design for his pants, we're going to start here and draw a line curving in. So following this curve. But when you get to the middle here, it's going to go up and then down like this. So you get like a nice little upside down V. And then here, we just see a nice big curve line that curves up and over like that. And you do see like this kind of portion. So you just get a curve line right there like that. And then just to finish him off, we could draw in his shoe. With his shoe is pretty easy. It's basically like this oval that goes out like this. But it's a little bit more pointed at the tip. So we're just going to draw a line. Hug this. Kind of get it to like a point here. And then curve it up like that. And then here we're just going to draw a little rectangle that hugs the bottom of the shoe here. Like that. And I can zoom out here. And that's pretty much how you draw Rey Mysterio as like a cartoon form. So yeah, that's about it. Thanks again, Liz Does Vlogs, for the request. I will put the one I pre-drew right up here. I'll put the sketch that we just did up there as well, so you can see, well, the sketch never stays up. I don't know why. Okay, they're both not staying up. Never mind. I wonder if I just leave them on the table there. So there you do. The one on the left is the, put them closer together. There we go. So the one on the left there is the pre-drawn picture I did. The one on the right is the sketch that we just did. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you again, Liz, for the request. If you guys have requests, I do take them. All you need to do is leave what you want me to draw in the comment section below. I'll take your name and what you requested. And then on Sunday, when I make a drawing video, I just randomly pick one off the list. There's no rhyme or reason. It's just kind of what I feel like drawing that day. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys for the next one. Okay, thanks, bye. Later.